your computer? Watch The Givers live every morning and the rebroadcast of that day's show on LexandTerry.com.
You know, we always get a ton of advice calls on this show, and a lot of the times, Lex and I feel bad because we have to say, I don't know, get some legal advice, because we're not qualified to give some sort of advice. We can do it in the advice in the, where you screw up, in love or your job or whatever the hell it is. But from time to time, we've always bringing attorneys in here that really know what they're doing. And we think we found the right guy. This guy works with us. Mm-hmm. He's our attorney. And John is based out of Jacksonville, Florida, but he is licensed to operate in Florida, Alabama, and Georgia. But he could give you some advice even if you don't live in those areas. But if you do live in those areas and you got something serious going on, we're going to give you this guy's name and number so you can get a hold of him. However, right now it's time for some just good questions and whatever. What do you want to go to, John? What do you see up there you like?
Let's hit number 4.
Line 4, okay. Go ahead there, Rob. You're on Lex and Terry. John Phillips.
Yes, guys. How's it going?
Morning, Rob.
Well, my biggest problem is I had a surgery on my right shoulder, and the workman's comp people don't want to really compensate me for the injury. I'm not satisfied with the surgery, and I want a second opinion, but it costs money. So my biggest question is what should I do, and should I get a lawyer involved?
What state are you in?
South Carolina.
Okay. Why are they hassling over workers' comp?
Well, they're not really hassling me. It's the lady that is handling my case is kind of a bitch, I guess.
Well, it's her job, isn't it?
It is.
And see, this is what gets me. I've seen so many of these exposés on people that are getting workman's comp, and they show them out that night bowling and stuff. That makes me vomit. It really does. I hope you're not playing tennis today or something.
No.
All right, good.
Yeah, you could get a second opinion. You probably do need to talk to a lawyer there in South Carolina, because there are some appeals essentially you can do, and if there's a medical malpractice, you're kind of vague about what the issue is with the doctor, but there may be. Are you unhappy with your doctor's work on you as well?
Well, it's like it's off and on. It feels good one day and it hurts the next.
Dude, that's shoulder surgery.
That is shoulder surgery.
Oh yeah.
That's the way
I feel
it
like
is.
You're offering a settlement too early.
All right.
Well, they try. What an insurance carrier will do, generally with any personal injury claim, workers' comp, doesn't matter, is they're gonna try to get you off their payroll as soon as possible and give you as little as possible. Every $500 they save for the hundreds of thousands of claims they have turns into $1 million profit for the shareholders of the insurance company. So, you go ahead, give a South Carolina lawyer a call and they can probably help you with that.
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta go to a North Carolina call here, because when I see the word blown up, I want to see this.
So do I.
Go ahead, Evan. You're on with John Phillips. Go ahead, Attorney John Phillips. Go.
What's happened, Evan?
Hey guys. Good morning. Good morning.
Hey.
March 20. I was going to get into it because it's kind of a long story. March of 2011. Me and my fellow Marines were there was a training accident on board Fort Bragg. There was it was field artillery. We used 100-pound shells, 155 millimeter artillery shells, and the safety in the fuse was already tripped. And when we loaded it, it blew the gun apart. This is like a 9,000-pound gun, field artillery piece, and a lot of us got hurt. And while we're in uniform, we know we can't sue this company, but we are looking and talking about doing this because some of us are going to be permanently disabled in some way, shape, or form. So I was wanting to get your 2 cents on it and see what you think about this.
What was the defect?
I would have to. It's still open. The investigation is open, but with how long I've been in and what other, people have told me, that there was something wrong with the ammunition itself.
Right.
The
Sounds like
ammunition itself.
which is a whole
it
nother
was-
issue. You may not, obviously any claims against the United States, you got to use their official administrative guidelines, and you can't. There are federal tort claims acts you can make, but not, potentially. I mean, what you can and can't do as a serviceman. But if it's a private entity, I mean, people have sued Halliburton and everybody else if there was a defect there. It is one where the lawyer would need to know, the longer version of the story and really think through it.
Right.
If you want to call me after the show, feel free to give me a call or send me an email at jmp@knowthelawyer.com, and
Okay.
and we'll talk, because there's definitely some issues there, and there's a case.
And if you forget that email address, go to lexandterry.com, and he's got a little ad on our page, and click through it.
Yep.
All right.
Sounds good.
Good
All right,
luck,
man.
dude.
Feel
All
better,
right.
Evan.
All right.
All right. All right. Hey, let's go to Chris real quick. Maybe we could stop this. Chris, go.
Hey, you ugly leprechaun.
He's talking to you.
I heard him. I
I
heard
want
what
to
he
kick your ass
said.
right now.
Okay, come on down. 14001 North Dallas Parkway. Let's go.
All right.
See you this afternoon. Thank you.
What? Shut up.
This afternoon. See you.
Shut up.
Okay.
Is that it, Chris?
Bring back Taint. Fire Ian. Bring back Taint.
All right, we got to go.
Thank you, Chris.
His phone calls are always hilarious. They're the most awkward dishes
Yeah.
you'll ever hear. All right, what else do you
This is
like up
beautiful.
there?
Let's see.
Yeah.
Just keep going down. Let's get Danny. See what Danny's got to say about his careless driving issue.
All right, Danny on line 8. Hi, you're on Lex and Terry. Attorney John Phillips with us this hour. Bring it, dude.
Yeah, John, I drive a tractor trailer for a living, delivering building materials, and I came into a subdivision that was being built up, and the intersection was a T. You come to the stop sign, got to make a left or a right. Well, I wanted to make a left, and there was one of those big construction dumpsters parked in the road right there on the corner of the intersection. Well, I swung wide to try to miss it, and lo and behold, my rim had caught the dumpster and dragged it into a parked car that was parked in front of it. Well, I got ticketed for careless driving. But what I'm trying to find out is it illegal for them dumpsters to be parked in the road, especially at a corner of an intersection?
God, I would have loved to have seen that. I would have laughed my ass off.
Oh, dude, it was freaking hilarious. They say it was a Mexican and he couldn't speak a bit of English, but he was hot.
He was hot. I guess you mean he was upset.
Yeah, upset.
Yeah.
They may have pulled a permit to have it on the street, but even if they didn't, it was in plain view. I mean, and you probably should have missed it. Stupid. Yeah. So, I mean, you could dispute the careless driving, if you want to say that it was in a place where it shouldn't have been, but largely that's one that you're gonna have to pay.
That's going to be tough on you, man.
The bitch.
All right.
All right.
Sorry, Danny.
All right.
Glad you called, though. That's good. I like the advice. Sometimes
Screw
you're
it
not
up,
going to hear
own
what
it.
you want, all right? Your calls are coming in right now, 866-977-3687.
Suck as a truck driver.
Isaac, you're on Lex and Terry. Go ahead.
Hey, I had a question about malpractice. I actually went to my doctor to get meds for anxiety, and the doctor gave me a UA, and I failed it. And he gave my parents the information and not me, without talking to me.
Yeah, so the doctor gave your urine analysis to your parents and not you, and you're over 18. That's the issue?
Yes, sir.
It's not malpractice. It's a violation of what's called the HIPAA, HIPAA. It's your federal rights, essentially, on your medical privacy. That is a problem. You can't really sue the doctor. You can make a complaint, and he can get in trouble for that if in fact there's no grounds for him to do so. But you can't sue him. It's not really malpractice. He didn't breach, he breached your privacy. He didn't breach a medical standard of care in operating or doing anything.
Like, you can still pee, right?
What, excuse me?
Nothing.
Listen, it's your parents he gave it to. You know, it's not like he gave it to the next person in or your girlfriend or something like that.
I know, but I mean, my parents, I come from a very religious background, and
well, good.
Yeah.
He broke the ice for you. It's all good.
But,
man.
I mean,
the only other problem is that he's wrote down that I'm a so-called doctor shopper now and all this stuff, and
You might be.
Yeah, they don't play around. Doctors these days don't play around with anybody that's getting pain meds, and
Thanks to Michael
They try
Jackson.
to document it. If in fact it's false, you can challenge your record. But it's you're facing an uphill battle on all of that stuff, and it's essentially going to come down to your word versus theirs.
All right.
Okay, I appreciate you guys.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Okay, about a minute and 55 left. Let's go to this one real quick.
It's a nice way of saying you're screwed.
Alan in Gainesville. Go ahead, Alan.
Hey guys, I got a 3-year-old daughter, and I've been paying child support the last 2 years. Me and my daughter's mom, we haven't been to court or anything, but I see my daughter 3 days a week, and I've been giving her a $100 check every Friday. And I was wondering, first of all, if you think $100 is fair, and if I end up paying extra if we go to court, and also is writing a check, would that be enough proof that I have been paying child support if I was to go to court one day?
That is a good step. Any documentation, is the step in the right direction. As far as whether it's fair, you're in Gainesville, so that's Florida law. It really depends on your financial situation, what you can afford, and all of that. Short of me looking at your W-2s and stuff, it's hard to determine whether it's fair. But if it's, if she could challenge it and possibly get more, but she would have to show, overall what your assets are and what you can afford to pay versus what what the child needs.
Here you go, D. There's your in on child support.
Well, we only got like 30 seconds.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we can't get into it.
We can get started. We can make people realize that D has a whole axe to grind about this, and while we have our attorney here.
Yeah, because I hate them raggedy bitches, point blank. And then I heard also, no matter how many receipts you have and this, that, and the other, because I had a cousin that went to court and still had to end up paying back child support.
Right. And again, family law is not by any means my specialty, but there's the disclaimer. But you've got to be smart.
Hold on one sec, John. We're on.
Yeah,
you're new
2
here,
seconds.
so we're going to a break. But when we come back, we'll get into all this stuff. All right. It's Lex and Terry.